Boys and girls, welcome back to another video by yours truly. I wanted to talk about Mornye. This is actually the second video I'm making because guess what? I deleted the first one on accident. It is what it is, unk smack moment, but we can go over all of the things I had already shared in the live stream, and then we can go over some new things I thought about, which I'm gonna be honest, these devs need to start putting deposits into their veteran players. And what better way to put a deposit into the veteran players than to buff my GOAT, Ayana Koji, with Mornye. Listen, hear me out, all right? Xiang Liao is washed. We all know it. Brother Neat, he has switched over to the water element because he is washed. But what if Mornye doesn't actually buff him? I don't want her to be a support or so what. We're gonna look at the drip marketing here in a bit. Let me cook. I don't want her to like be a support to my GOAT. He has such a good kit that allows you to do that fucking hyperventilation. I forgot what it's called, but it's like boom, and then you can switch over to somebody else. I think it would be nice if she has a quick swap play style that allows her to cook up with my GOAT Yao, because I think a lot of people who are fans of Yao understand that he does fall into the same category, which is that scientific category. And so I think it would be nice if they start doing things with some of these newer characters to bring back the viability of older characters, provided you can do a little bit of quick swap cooking. All right, but I'll be honest, where I'm going with Mornye, and I'll just go over some of the talking points I said in the live stream, is I would like it if she is capable of doing abilities that are in congruency with this drip marketing. Let's face it, guys, she's got that scientific nerdy look, which I love, by the way. I think it looks incredible. And they're showing planets off. She's in the middle of fucking space. This is totally representation of her prowess and her forte as a whole. And I think this look is going to be best represented with that, I don't know what to call it, that cubic look that Yao has. Because I'll be honest, Yao's cubic abilities, visual wise, look immaculate, bro. They look absolutely immaculate. And I think they could give her something similar to it and maybe change up the coloration a bit. But on top of that, I think her kit should have something like particle manipulation, gravity, or dark holes, if you will. I feel like all three of these elements are pertinent to space. I also think, and we're going to talk about her drip again in a bit here. I'm getting cooking with the abilities. I would love it if she can hover on this fat ass spear she's sitting on. It also has a magnet surrounding the sphere. To me, that looks like a fucking magnet. It's showing half of it, right? You can't really see it on the other side. But if it has a magnet, I think it would be perfect for that type of playstyle I'm describing to you, to have beautiful AoE mechanisms. Because think about it, like bring motherfuckers in. She's sitting on the ball, hovering around, like doing ranged attack abilities, which I think we need more ranged characters as opposed to melee characters. You do got to control that because it can be a bit broken with Wu-Wa's gameplay, right? But she's doing her thing on this crystal, on this fucking on this sphere, right? She's just sitting on it. She can walk. She got heels on. We see that now. But she's sitting on this sphere because she can. She's doing these ranged abilities and shit. And then the sphere can leave her bottom. And then she starts standing on the ground. And the sphere is now part of the weapon as well. And the sphere's just like popping off. You know what I have in mind as I'm cooking this? Fucking Orianna from League of Legends. I know, League brain rot. But that style fits her. And guess what? Orianna's ult in League, when you pop that ult, it brings motherfuckers into the middle. And so I feel like with Mornye, this style of gameplay is going to fit her the best. I mean, I already have my own headcanon, and I'm already building myself up to be disappointed when it's nothing to do with any of that. That shit would be funny as hell, right? But all in all, I feel like she is gonna like mesh the best with a dark element, which I feel is kind of unfortunate because Havoc's really the only dark element in this game. Spectro is light, so maybe they can cook up something with the light, but I would prefer if she was just like, if all of her abilities were like the color purple and black. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they can't do that with anything except maybe Havoc and Electro, because Electro's purple. So in terms of what her element's gonna be, I think it could be literally any of the fucking elements. Who knows? But I do love that she's sitting on a sphere with a magnet behind it, because that kind of gives off what I'm cooking. This is literally like an Orianna ball too. I don't know if I'm crazy right there, but that looks like a fucking Orianna ball. Okay. What do I think about the drip? We've already talked about this. There's not much to spin. I already told y'all one of the biggest highlighting factors of her, and not just for me, but I'm sure the entire fucking community, is these see-through legs showing off these veins that aren't normal veins. These are like scientific veins. Like I said, guys, I think she's Shorekeeper 2.0. I think Shorekeeper's the motherboard, and this is the fucking graphics card, bro. And I also think that Rover, and I said this before they even revealed this, I think she's gonna be like the character Rover probably spends the most time with. I think she'll get the most PT. Could be wrong. But she just looks like she's super important to this arc we're heading into. She gives off that vibe. She's also in a leadership role. We'll go over the biography here in a bit. And so, yeah, I think that's going to be something that's very important to the entirety of Star Torque Academy. It's funny that they put some heels on her because I was hoping she was going to be crippled like Professor X. But now we know she can actually walk. There's no way they're putting heels on a crippled girl. It's just no fucking shot. But yeah, I love her drip. Her drip's a 10 out of 10. The tacit mark's a bit basic, bitch, in my regard. I feel like they could have like did a little bit more creativity with it, but who cares? Now, it's because we see the stars that humanity imagines what lies beyond the sky. The first time I read this, I thought that shit was lame. But the more I read it, it's kind of true, right? It's because we see the stars that humanity imagines what lies beyond the sky. If you took all the stars out of the sky, I'd probably still imagine what's beyond the sky, but I will say stars make it a lot more interesting. Now let's read this biography and then we'll go ahead and wrap this up. We got post-lament Anthropocene stars intertwined. It's the same shit she said earlier. Mornye is a space trek collective researcher and a professor at Star Torque Academy. She's smart as a whip, but not very talkative. So like I said, guys, and we'll zoom in on that. She's a collective researcher. She's a scientist, right? But she's a professor at the Star Torque Academy. So that already gives off, she's got that air of maturity, which to be fair, when you look at her, she looks more mature than, you know, other women do. But they also say she's not very talkative. You didn't have to say that. I could have saw that just by fucking looking at her. She's unwavering in the pursuit of her dream to surpass the limits of space and time. Oh, and see the world beyond in all its splendid beauty. Okay. They gave that can't be a fucking, okay, listen, boys. That's the final variable of a sci-fi ass planets in space type of ordeal or trope. Time manipulation. Manipulating time would be so fucking solid. Yes, maybe she's got warped. Maybe she can warp. Now there's a couple of people who can warp in this game, like our paintbrush girl, I forget her name. But a warp in terms of time, like my goat, Crollo, what's his name? Chrono from fucking Black Clover. That would be peak too. Slowing down time a bit, that's an element that already exists inside of Wuthering Waves. I forgot. So we got time, gravity, particle manipulation, and matter. All of these elements. Just think about it, guys. Everything I've been describing, if they were to give that to this character, that would be the best and new like play style in the game. We don't have a play style like that in the game yet. It does not exist. And then at the same time, she's quick swap friendly with my goat Yao. Am I coping? Probably so. All right, boys, that's gonna wrap up this video. If we're not at the 8-minute mark, who gives a fuck? I feel like I provided ample things to talk about. What are we at? 8 minutes and 15 seconds. I'm a goat at this yapping shit. Y'all know it. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Peace, love, and happiness. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.